trying to get up to the ridge to have a brew up. I'll get back with you when I get there. Well, I thought I'd come out for a little jaunt today. As you can see, I'm making light work of it. And now I'm not deep in the jungle or up a mountain. I'm taking a stroll in the botanical gardens of Port of Spain, Trinidad. Beautiful place, a bit wild and woolly, a little bit uphill where I am at the moment. This is the trail that runs along the ridge that I was trying to get to. Very interesting place. Oh yes, full of exotic plant species, all sorts of different trees down there. Hopefully I can give you a look at those, but I thought I'd come out and do a short one on something I made up, a little half stove thing that might some folks might find interesting, so stay tuned. Oops. Where to now, Scooby? Turned out it's a freaking person off the cactus. Let me show you this. So, rummaging through the scrub near to the solid stump. And one of these spines got me just above the boot line on the shin, right about there, just missing the top of my boot. Couldn't believe it, and it was just, anyway, my heart stopped. I thought it was a snake that I'd missed. Happy days. Well, this is a nice spot. Some beautiful flowers over there. I don't know what they're called, but don't know what they are, but they sure are beautiful. Alright, so this is one I wanted to show you. You may have caught a glimpse of it in some of my previous videos. It's kind of a cross. Well, anyway, let me put it together. You can see that it's just two plates with a slot sawn in it. And then this short one, same thing. Either end for that. Now I originally put this together actually, for when I had to share somebody else's fire. Some of the meets you go to, the pot hanger's occupied, you haven't got time to knock up your own pot hanger. You can, well, the idea was that I could push this into the coals front to back and I'd have somewhere to stand my pot. But having made it, I discovered all sorts of other useful things for it, and it turns out it's a very handy bit of gear. Apart from the using it as a pot stand in a larger fire, I can also use it as a standalone stove. I can load it with wood as a kind of a front loader. Put the pot on top and it's all good. It also doubles as a kind of a mini grill. For just about one portion of ribs. Okay, and also very good windbreak for my alcohol stove. I think we should have another close-up of those ribs. As you can see, really simple to build, very, very handy. You can see it folds flat, so I think somebody somewhere might find it useful. And if you're wondering what I built it from, it was one of these. This is a commercial bandsaw blade. Were rejected once they start breaking habitually. The sawmills get rid of them. So this one originally was 20 feet long, a loop, and it was free. So I like the price. Perfect for all sorts of projects like knives. It makes good, it's prone to corrosion as you can see, but it's good for knife blades. It's worked well with the stove because of what it's made of. It's a little over a 1/16, it looks like, about a millimetre. So it's not very heavy, it's not ideal for all things. Allegedly it's L6, no way of being sure, but certainly tough, springy stuff. It's a spring steel. And I've had this thing in the fire, hot fires, and it hasn't warped or changed shape or anything else. It's a bit difficult to work. As far as cutting it goes, you have to use a grinder with a cutting disc in it and a guard and eye protection naturally, but don't even attempt it with a hacksaw, it'll just eat up a hacksaw. A hacksaw won't touch it. But to make the stove, what I did was cut a strip off the back for the crossbar, and then you can see the teeth here. Actually all I did was just cut half the height off the teeth, and you can see that that's made the, these are the teeth cut off here, that's made the part where the pot sits, just to give it a bit of a standoff so the heat can flow around it. Drilled some strategic holes. Drilling isn't too bad actually, but you do need a cobalt drill bit. High speed steel, not really, won't really work. And you can see it's sprung together, it's enormously strong. I can stand on it, so it'll take any size pot, literally from a cauldron to a mess cup. And I'm very pleased with it. I stand it up on a couple of rocks if I want a little bit more air to get under it when I'm using it for a stove. But I just thought I'd pass that on. If not everybody's got access to these things, but if you do, if you know where a sawmill is, it's worth asking them. Have they got any condemned saw blades? Because the steel is just, I've found it useful for all sorts of things. And because it's a kind of a cross between a stove and a hearth, I've called it my Starth. Or is it a hove? Anyway, Thanks for watching.